Let's hear from Wangare the storyteller as she tells us about the Foolish Tortoise.
You know, one of the marks of a well-used book is you can actually see evidence that it is being read. So, I picked this book from my library and I've had it for quite a number of years. And if you look at it, you can actually see that it's been quite used and I might actually need to replace it, in a few years. But well, not yet, not before I read it to you. And you might already know Eric Carle because he writes amazing children's books. And this is one of my favorite stories from him. It is called The Foolish Tortoise. I think all of us have seen tortoise, right? And what does he always carry on his back? He carries a shell. So in this story, he wakes up one day and thinks, this shell is what makes me so slow. I'm sure if I put it aside, I'll be so much faster. And he does exactly that. Oh, well, let's find out because he definitely has a whole adventure on the day that he decides to leave his shell behind. Eric Carle, The Foolish Tortoise. A tortoise, tired of being slow, impatient to get up and go, took off his large and heavy shell and left it lying where it fell. "Hooray!" he cried. "Now I've been freed. I'll see the world at double speed." Though faster, he was not express, and his protection was far less. So when he heard a hornet's drone, the tortoise crept beneath a stone. A hungry bird came swooping past. He looked so fierce and flew so fast. The tortoise hid behind some trees and felt quite weak behind the knees. Well, so we're just learning that the shell does not just become his home, but also protects him from dangerous animals. I don't feel safe. There's too much risk. If only I could be more brisk. He headed for the riverbed. A fish swam up. The tortoise fled. Along his way our hero went and almost had an accident. A snake with open jaws slid near, and tortoise backed away in fear. A hare, a hound, a horse raced by. So rapidly they seemed to fly. Tortoise gasped and sat goggle-eyed. "I'll never be that quick," he sighed. He wandered on. The sun rose high. "I wish I had more shade," he cried. A sudden thunderstorm swept in and soaked tortoise to his skin. The wind rose up and soon the breeze was bending branches in the trees. Tortoise shivered. "Now I'm cold. I wish I hadn't been so bold. I think I've lost the urge to roam. I think it's time that I went home. Without my shell, I don't feel right." And so, when his shell came into sight, what do you think he did? You're right. He climbed back in and said, "Good night." Oh, I love this story. And that's how the tortoise realizes that the shell doesn't just make him slow, but it gives him protection from dangerous animals like the snake or the hawk. And it keeps him warm when it's cold and rainy. And it also protects him when the sun is out shining. And yes, sometimes we feel that what we have is a barrier to us achieving whatever it is we want. But be careful. You may just find out that it is much, much more than what you think, and can actually help you achieve your dreams. My name is Wangare the Storyteller, and from me, have a lovely rest of your day. Kwaheri.